What's going on, everybody? MonsterCast boys here. So we got the chance to interview somebody that you guys really wanted to talk to.
Yeah, everybody's kind of been waiting for this, wondering if it was even going to happen. We were kind of surprised, quite honestly. What do we have going on today, Rick?
Yeah, we have an exclusive interview with Fantastic Daily. So, yeah, we've got him on the line. I'm going to go ahead and bring him in.
We're just going to talk.
All right, hold on just a second, everybody.
Hi guys, how are you? I'm at a Starbucks right now.
Yeah, we can hear you. We got you.
Yeah, we got you.
Okay, great.
So,
if it gets too loud at any point, you just let me know.
Not a problem. So first, how's everything going for you?
It's been a stressful day. The reason I'm out of Starbucks is because it's been tough. I'm staying with my neighbor. I don't know if you guys have been watching any of my videos. I've been staying with my neighbor, and it's just been like a bad environment recently, and I've been trying to get out as much as possible. So
yeah, we have been catching a couple of your videos. So
yeah, we actually just watched. Was it the newest one or was it yesterday's?
It was today's. It was the new one.
Yeah, we just watched the newest one today, so we kind of had a little bit of an idea what was going on.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds bad, man.
Well, I think that's one of the reasons why I thought this would be a good idea to finally chat with you guys, because I feel a little boxed in for a variety of reasons. One is that I have been concentrating on my own thing for a long time. I don't have a lot of people in this community to talk to and to work with directly. And given what is going on with my living situation, it just every day I just feel like I have less and less options.
Yeah. So I mean that sounds like why you would get a hold of us.
Yeah, that was going to be our first question.
Options.
That was going to be our first question. What made you get a hold of us?
I don't mean it. Yeah, I don't mean it. I don't mean it in a negative way. I mean, I know you and I have, or the three of us have gone back and forth, and I really do respect what you guys do. I think that, to be honest, to be totally fair, I think that a lot of things that you guys have kind of assumed in some of your videos is just not true. I'm happy to talk about any of them. But I do believe in what you guys, I think some of the research you're doing is great. I think that recent video you have is fucking awesome. And, I've got a bunch of questions about that, but I understand why people would be skeptical about what's going on with me. And the only thing I can try to do is try to be as open as I can, given my privacy issues and given just the situation that I'm in. I don't know how else to share what I'm doing more than I am. I think the other part of the criticism I get is that I share too much. Is that too many? I'm posting all the time. I'm making videos. That to me, this is the way I would document this.
Yeah. We've got a lot of questions, and we do have an active chat community that has some questions as well that they bring up to us, and we're like, we don't have answers.
Yeah, we're we don't know.
Okay.
So
yeah, I'll answer whatever I can. Any personal stuff, obviously, guys,
we'll stay away from it.
But okay, yeah.
Yeah, we'll stay away from anything personal.
Okay.
First, we're gonna go back.
I'm trusting you guys. I'm trusting you guys to not. You can put me in any light you want. I'm a big boy. I can take the heat. But if I slip and say something personally identifying, I'd appreciate it if you. I'm just trusting you guys not to burn me that way.
Oh, we wouldn't. You asked for your anonymity, and we'll keep that.
I mean, you're just like anybody else we talk to.
Okay.
So we're going to go kind of from beginning to this point now. We're going to start with the Manchester evidence that you first put out last year.
Yeah, there were some questions. Yeah. People say you may have gotten the information from the dark web, which would make you the only source of the information on the open web. And they were wondering if there was any more of that information, because that's where the story starts. So a lot of people are really watching that, because if that were false, then you know what I'm saying. So people have questions about it.
Yeah, sure. So I can talk about this a little bit. There's some things I can talk about, some things that I want to... okay. So based on my job, I have hooks into some of what you would call like law enforcement or the governmental realm, right? So because of that, this stuff has always been very like curious to me, and I would always find myself on a variety of public forums and not so public forums where certain information was shared amongst equals, essentially. And I was familiar with this stuff because of my former job. And so I would poke around, and a lot of this was interesting, and a lot of this kind of dovetailed with the fact that I wanted to talk more about this stuff. And I palled around with a few of the people in some of these forums, and I was on an email list, and in one particular case, I got an email with this story that included one of the mugshots, not two of them, just the one, and the story. And I essentially told it verbatim. There's some things that I left out because they seemed a little too personally identifying to where I got it, and that's it. I can show people the emails if I blur that stuff out, but it came from a very specific forum with a very specific group of people that would be knowledgeable about this. And to follow that up a little bit, these are the stories that I've wanted to tell. I don't want to tell my story. The stories, you guys have no fucking idea how much law enforcement is in on this entire thing. That Black Eyed Kids is they are familiar with like transient kids they pick up that are strange in a lot of very like seemingly paranormal ways. All kinds of police photos with regards to like Black Eyed Kids and kids that are off in a way that is not drugs, that is not some. It's spooky, and the law enforcement circles. If you guys happen to know any police officers, I would ask them what they think about this stuff, and I think you'll get some really surprising answers.
We actually do know some police officers, so we may do that. And
personally,
we've speculated that the cops know a lot.
I promise you, if you do talk to police officers, I'm telling you, you will hear a whole other side of this story, that there's a whole unwritten code in a lot of major metropolitan areas that they pick up kids like this all the time and they just dump them. And by dump, I don't mean kill them. I mean they just drive them to like a group of like a skid row, so to speak.
Right.
Just let them go. Right? This is happening all the time. And I have some theories as to what this is. This is complicated. Maybe you guys don't want to get into this now. I am slowly building this theory that there are naturally occurring Black-Eyed Kids and there are non-naturally occurring Black-Eyed Kids. I don't know how to say where they are coming from, but the video that you guys posted is extremely familiar to me with regards to the law enforcement stories that I've heard. That would be a non-naturally occurring Black-Eyed Kid. I don't know where the fuck they're being made. I don't know if they're being caught. I don't know what the fuck they are, but they are not what I am dealing with, which seem to be more of a phenomenon that is like more like a poltergeist or whatever it is, where they are materializing as a Black-Eyed Kid, but they are not physically manifesting the way that we see in the video that you guys posted and the video of the mugshot kids or whatever.
Yeah, and I mean, so some form of created soldier or something like that is something you might be thinking.
I don't know. I mean, my personal theories, I mean, like, something that would make some amount of sense is if whatever is in a naturally occurring Black-Eyed Kid, the kind of thing that I am dealing with in my home, has somehow been harnessed or sampled or something, and that has been engineered in some way. I mean, it seems strange that there would be a different type of black-eyed kid that you guys have videos of that are somehow not all related to black-eyed kids. That seems strange, and it's just a coincidence that they are also black-eyed kids, but they manifest differently.
Yeah, that is pretty
by
strange.
all accounts, all the stories that we've heard don't include an opportunity for a black-eyed kid to get caught or captured, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's no universe where a kid that knocks on your door could then suddenly be grabbed and pinned, right? And yet you have footage, I have a photo, and I've heard a shit ton of stories that unfortunately have no evidence, just the stories of police officers. Something is going on that I don't understand, and I'm unfortunately in the middle of not understanding it, and it's not very fun.
Right. Now, to go back to the beginning of that question, I would encourage you, if you can post those emails, to post them, because little things like that go a long way to secure people's trust.
Yeah. And I agree, and go ahead.
Go ahead and blur everything out, but I think your fans and critics alike would like to see those.
Yeah, they'd appreciate that. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely get that. Guys, right now, I'm not in a great position to do anything. I can't follow up on other stories right now. I'd be happy to send it to you guys. You guys can look at it, and that's fine with me. This sucks, because this is not, I mean, you don't start a YouTube channel to do what I'm doing. Like, this is not fun. I'm losing a shit ton of money. My career is in really serious jeopardy, and as much as I hear what you're saying, that people want to know how legitimate this all is, I totally get that. But I'd much rather give it to you. You can tell that story, because they'll believe you as much as they'll believe me, and you guys can do it. I'm not in a position to really do that.
Okay.
We'll take that, and we'll make sure everything's blurred out. You make sure everything's blurred out.
Let me just say something here. Let's just everything we've talked about aside. He sounds like he needs help.
That's big help.
So let me ask you, what do you? Because you got a hold of us for a reason. What do you need from us?
Well, honestly, it sounds so sad to say this out loud, but I just need people to talk to about this stuff that are in the same world, because I can't tell you how much my circle of friends and colleagues, like, this is not in their wheelhouse, and I seem crazy to them. And when I hear you guys talk, I think to myself, these guys sound a lot more like I sound, maybe more professional or whatever. But I need people to talk to about this and to help me work through some of these issues, because I'm clearly, you look at the comments on my videos, I'm clearly not doing a good job. I'm clearly failing. People are yelling at me all the time that I'm doing the wrong things. I'm trying to do the right things. And some of the people that I have been trusting and that I talk about in these videos, it's still, if I show you the emails, it'd be like, geez, man, like, I don't have a fucking friend in the world in this particular case. And
Real quick, we got about 2 minutes left on this end, and then I'm going to have to pause and start part 2.
Yeah, we've got a weird recording software. We apologize.
That's okay. No, I understand.
But, so we're going to touch on Freya a little bit when we come back, because we got some questions about that and the legitimacy of her story.
Plus, we need to let him finish what he was what he was talking about.
So we'll finish that when we come back. So give us about a minute and a half, and we'll be right back with you. All right. Thanks, FD.